Where has May gone?
Where has the merry, merry month of May gone?
Exactly.
I mean, I see a little bit of April weather in May with the
Right now,
with
today.
the rain and the winds, but the flowers are out. The May flowers are out. It happens to be Saturday afternoon, May the 18th, 2013. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I'm right. Like 99.999999999% of the time.
999.
Well, speaking of 999, I'm going to mention his name once.
Oh boy.
Only once.
You mean Herman the Hurricane?
Yeah.
Okay.
Excuse me. It is pollen season.
Oh my God.
Is everything okay, camera person? Is there
I cannot see. It looks okay to me.
the old red dot?
Show
right?
me your left shoulder, please. Yeah, now go into the regular. Yeah, it's okay.
Right shoulder.
Okay.
Left hand.
Left hand, left
Oh,
leg. Hey,
okay.
Put your left leg in, you put your right leg out. You dip in,
Let me
and
tell
then
you
shake
something.
it all about.
I hate those lame, boring, dorky wedding DJs that play these stupid old wedding reception songs for
Bunny
the old geezers. I would
People love it.
I would take
Especially when they get drunk.
I would take my drink from the open bar and leave the premises when they start
God.
doing those stupid 100-year-old dances.
Oh my God. What do you want them to do?
I
A lambada.
There's nothing like that's too old. There's nothing
That's
like
too old too.
a good club DJ playing dance music, real dance music.
Metal music, man.
No, not metal, dance music.
Punk music. You
No,
can-
not that.
You can jump into the audience and they'll throw you up in the
I'm
air.
talking about techno, electronica, techno, 90s club music, some freestyle, a little bit of classic disco, you know, songs you could dance to.
Repeat.
Not stupid retarded songs like the Alley Cat and the Bunny Hop and all that crap. Get the hell
and the
out of
hokey
here.
pokey.
No, none of that. None of that. I want to start off because I got to start off with something. I want to say hi to the owners of Segovia Spanish and Portuguese restaurant in I believe it's Moonachi.
Moonachi, yeah, Moonaki.
Moonachi, New Jersey. Moonaki, New Jersey. I hear it's the oldest. I don't know if this is true, but it might be the oldest Spanish Portuguese restaurant in the state of New Jersey.
Well, didn't we have a Segovia right here too? Or it changed its name or something on Garibaldi?
No, there's only one Segovia, my friend, and that is the one in Moonachi or Moonaki, New Jersey. The finest.
Rings.
I even like the food better than the restaurants in the Ironbound section of Newark by Ferry Street.
And that's all Portuguese, baby.
I know, and Brazilian.
And Brazilian.
But I only like the Brazilian rodizios. My favorite is Boi na Brasa on Merchant Street. It's off of Ferry Street in the Ironbound section of Newark. The best Brazilian rodizio. All the Brazilians hang out there. I mean, it has to be great. I loved it. So I want to salute Segovia, Spanish-Portuguese restaurant in Moonaki, New Jersey, the finest Spanish and Portuguese food in New Jersey, in my opinion. It's been there forever, since I was a kid. And I also want to salute, we're on the air, I want to salute Boi na Brasa, 1 Merchant Street, Newark, New Jersey, but in the nice section of Newark. All right.
There is one?
Yeah, you never know it's Newark. The Ironbound section, it looks residential. It looks residential.
Haven't been there in
Talk
generations.
about old time America with Main Street and everything being on Main Street. Well,
And no Walmart? No Walmart?
all family owned, mom and pop stores. You got the butcher, the baker, the fishmonger,
Candlestick maker?
the fishmonger. You got restaurants galore. You have professional offices, all small proprietors. You know, just
Excellent.
like old time America, Main Street.
Excellent.
And it exists. And the same thing goes for Bergen Line Avenue and Union City. Same deal. Everything's in walking distance, Bill. All small family owned and individually owned businesses in walking distance.
My friend used to have a billiard parlor on that street
Yeah, you had told me.
in Hudson County.
Yeah.
Until the
boys?
boys came around visiting and wanted their little cut, shall I say?
Yeah. Well, anyway, I want to also, I noticed something, noticed a commercial that kind of made me laugh. I want to get your opinion on this. Ballpark Franks commercial.
Ah.
You know, remember that old commercial? They plump.
Hey, plum?
They
when you
plump
cook 'em.
when you cook them.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, the new Ballpark Franks commercial claimed that their Ballpark Franks are 100% Black Angus beef. Ha ha. Once meat is ground up, it could be anything. How do we know it's Black Angus? How do we know it's 100% Black Angus? There's no way of really proving it.
Now,
I
where's
mean,
the Black Angus made?
is there? They have to check the DNA.
Is that American?
Sir, the
Black Angus.
The Black Angus is a particular steer.
Yes, of course.
Cattle.
But where in America?
Oh, I don't know where the Black Angus ranch is. Well, how do we know it's America?
That's what I'm saying. So, you know, as far as I'm concerned, so what?
What if it's tainted?
It's not Kobe.
What if it's tainted, imported mainland China?
Probably is.
Mystery meat.
It probably is.
Mystery meat.
Maybe it has the pink slime in it.
My friends in China, in mainland China, told me it's true about those hundreds and hundreds of almost 1,000 people got busted by the Chinese government for selling roadkill and rat meat as pork, lamb, and beef.
Did you happen to see a few days ago
With no quality control. No.
No, of course there's no quality
But how do
control.
we know this is Black Angus?
We don't.
So, Chisler's Hall of Shame. Shame on you, the company that makes Ballpark Franks, because what assurance do we have that this is really 100% Black Angus? And also, we have another huge Chisler's Hall of Shame that I'm going to mention, but I just want to get that. What were we going to say about the source of our wonderful supermarket food? You were going to make
No,
a
I
comment.
wasn't. I was going to completely different.
Okay.
A few days ago, there was a picture on Facebook,
Okay.
on my Facebook page.
Uh-huh.
It was from China, I believe it was, in some kind of Chinese restaurant or something. And this woman had a cat
Right.
rope around the neck or something. I hope the cat was dead. Believe me.
Oh, I posted that.
With the flamethrower.
The flamethrower.
What the hell?
The torch. Cleaning it, alive.
Oh, it was alive.
Burning the fur.
Holy shit.
Burning the fur off of the cat alive, and killing and cleaning the cat for food consumption alive.
Oh my God.
You know how many people were totally disgusted and offended by that photo of
Offended.
animal cruelty? I mean, alive. The poor cat was strung up by the neck, mainland China. They have this thing about killing animals alive, and my friends in China said yes, they do eat cat and dog, which I says, how the hell could you kill an animal that's intelligent, that shows affection, that bonds with you, that looks at you, that licks you? Affection, intelligence, cute as can be. How could you look at that animal as a source of food and kill it in a
cruel manner?
In a very cruel manner, more cruel than a lot of the human atrocities that have taken place. I mean, you know, come on. even the cannibals of the Fiji Islands over 100 years ago, at least they killed the humans, their
Before they put them in the pot?
before they put them in the pot, before they eat them. You know, the enemies of war, they would eat them, but at least they caved in their head with a club or something, you know. But in this case, these animals are tortured alive. So definitely hall of shame, man. The people in Asia that kill intelligent, loving animals. It could be dolphins in Japan, the murder of dolphins. It's definitely cats and dogs. I just cannot understand it.
And did you see the woman at the table with a smile on her face when she was looking over at the woman doing it?
Piece of shit, man. And I try to be open-minded. I am open-minded, but not about this. Not about cruelty and torture. And having to kill a loving, intelligent animal for food. Meanwhile, there's other, lesser animals, but they all bond with humans in one way or another, don't they? Even farm animals. I mean, I don't know. I don't
Yeah, all except Madagascar cockroach,
No, those are my little babies.
which should be stomped on.
Well, anyway, I want to also bash the state of Florida park rangers,
Oh boy!
because
now what?
my good friend, professional wrestler and strongman, Mr. Ken Thiessen, who is a member and an administrator of my Facebook fitness group called the International Brotherhood of Polivons, he was doing his usual rope climbing at the park at his favorite trees, and for a while he's been doing this. So lo and behold, his park ranger approaches him and says, "Look, you're not allowed to do this." Meanwhile, there's no sign or there's nothing on paper that mentions that rope climbing for exercise purposes is prohibited at the park. He says, just don't, if you do it, don't let my boss see you. So he went today to have a meeting with his supervisor, and his case is that I see children on skateboards and scooters doing reckless things all the time at the park, and many kids get hurt on these scooters and skateboards. So, and why are you hassling an adult who has experience in this type of exercise? Why are you prohibiting me from climbing a rope for exercise? Meanwhile, all these kids are recklessly doing all these dangerous maneuvers and obviously getting hurt. So I think he has a good case, and but leave it up to a state that has a ridiculous voting, very low budget, low technology voting booth setup. Leave it up to Florida to do something stupid like this, hassling a professional athlete from climbing a rope. Meanwhile, these little monsters are zipping around on scooters and skateboards.
That's because Florida has a Republican governor.
They still do?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. With all the minorities that live in South Florida, how do these Republicans get elected in Florida?
Oh, I don't know. It might have something to do with their statings like we like small government, no taxes. Blah, 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 blah.
You think there's
Maybe the old people go for that,
You think there's that many Florida crackers that live in the north to vote for a Republican governor? I mean, you have a lot.
Obviously, they do.
You have
In the north, they voted for them in Michigan. They voted for them in Wisconsin. They voted for them all over.
interesting Wisconsin,
Yeah.
which is right next to
Mr. Scott Walker.
Isn't Wisconsin right next to like Democratic Minnesota? Aren't there union workers up there?
Democratic Minnesota?
Oh, it's a red.
You realize who comes from Minnesota?
It's a red state. Yeah, Bachman,
That's correct.
among others.
That's democratic.
Well, I guess the days of Hubert Humphrey and George McGovern are gone.
And Jesse Ventura,
And Jesse Ventura, right?
with no allegiance to any party.
Good for him. Salute to Jesse Ventura. Now, let's see. Okay, here we go. Our last inductee into the Chiselers Hall of Shame. But before I do that, I forgot to formally introduce myself. Wow, I never do that. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Progressive Discussions. I am your host, James P. Madonna of Mega Life 21, the hardest hitting internet talk radio station on the planet. And I am coming to you from the Newsletter Censored Research Center in northeastern New Jersey. And let me formally, I love this part because I get to annoy one of my
Ain't that the truth?
one of my arch enemies who happens to work for this organization.
Oh boy.
Oh, I love to get under her skin.
Oh boy.
Let me formally pipe aboard my illustrious co-host and mentor with my authentic bosun's whistle aboard our liberal, progressive liberal pirate ship. Arr!
Hi, me God.
Arr! Ahoy, matey. Welcome aboard our progressive liberal pirate ship, the Reverend Dr. William J. Eisenman. How are you feeling, sir?
Pretty good today, I guess.
Wait a minute. It sounded a little off. The end.
No, it didn't.
The end part. Did I
Yeah.
come down after going up high?
Yeah.
I think it warbled a
You
little
started
bit.
out low and went high.
No, but I mean during the high pitch. Did it warble? Should I do it again?
No! Good God, I want to keep the little hairs in my ears here.
Arr, me bucko.
Jeepers.
Okay. See, we get very ferocious and serious here, but we also are very funny people. Everything you see on our shows is 100% unrehearsed and ad-libbed. Okay, even though others have given me a lecture, so-called know-it-alls have given me a lecture on how it is professional to have a written set of questions for your co-hosts and your guests,
CNN.
and to rehearse everything and have everything structured. Well, you know what? That's mainstream media.
Mainstream media, yeah.
Mainstream media. Those are the people who are what we call often corporate whores. They have to follow a rigid set of rules and rehearse everything.
And cannot at any time bring up the truth.
There's no free form.
There's no free form.
Speaking.
That's correct. There's no truth in the lamestream media.
There are no free independent thinkers with an open mind.
Corporate rule.
That's right.
Fascism.
Now.
Thank you.
Right. Now, the last inductee into the Chiselers Hall of Shame is a particular red state, redneck, racist state of Arizona.
Ooh.
These restaurant owners by the name of Amy and Sammy Bouzaglo.
Whoa.
Capital Bouzaglo, or is it Balzaglo or Balzaglo or
Bouzaglo? Something like that.
Bouzaglo, Amy and Sammy Bouzaglo, the owners of Amy's Baking Company, Bakery, Boutique, and Bistro.
Woo.
Wow, that's a long name. In Scottsdale, Arizona. Okay, they were and are being investigated by the
Sheriff Arpaio?
No, the organization, a federal organization who investigates violations of federal labor laws, guidelines.
Oh, the National Labor Relations Board?
Something. They're investigated by the feds.
The feds, baby.
That are involve, employees, labor laws involving.
Not OSHA.
No, that
would be
that's
for something.
that's safety.
Safety, yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, they're in trouble. They're in hot water. And let me repeat it again. Amy's Baking Company, Bakery, Boutique, and Bistro,
What was their cuisine?
Scottsdale, Arizona. A restaurant and bakery with tables and counters. You can sit down and you can eat. It's in
Scottsdale,
Arizona. I just want to make sure everybody hears
Who you got?
who they are,
Okay.
because I did post it
Now,
on
what did they do?
the group Hard Hitting Truth. Okay, before I mention what they did, I don't know if you viewers are aware of the fact that I think in the past 22 or 23 years, something like that, the salary for tip employees has been locked into a $2.13 per hour, thanks to Republicans and sellout Blue Dog Democrats in the Congress that were lobbied by right-wing Herman Cain and the National
When he was the head of their restaurant
National
association,
Restaurant Association,
Yeah.
that organization.
Yeah.
So they lobbied.
I think that was before Godfather Pizza.
Yeah. So they lobbied Washington, and they got their way. And I'll take a wild guess and say it was Republicans. It was conservatives that went along with it for over 20 years, locked into a I would say slightly above slave labor. Now let's call it slave labor. $2.
Slave labor, yes.
$2.13 per hour, because these people make their living on gratuities, as they say in Spanish, propina, tips.
What's your language?
Propina.
Don't be saying propina.
I didn't say pinga.
Peña. Peña.
No, peña is pineapple.
Peña. Oh. Well.
Pinga is what you're thinking, and chocha is the female version.
Oh.
All right, now, what Amy and Sammy Buzaglo of Scottsdale, Arizona, this restaurant, Amy's Baking Company, and Bakery, Boutique, and Bistro, what they did was they have been stealing their employees' tips and just giving them the hourly rate. It's their policy to do so.
This is disgusting.
Stealing. I will use that word because that's what it is. It doesn't belong to you, Amy and Sammy Buzaglo. It doesn't belong to you. The tip money belongs to the employees. The employees rely on that tip money to survive. They're not surviving off of a lousy hourly rate.
Yeah, because they are not getting a biblical fair wage.
Fair wage, even if it was minimum wage of $7 and
that is not fair either.
What is it? $7.35?
25, I think.
All right, let's say $7.25 an hour. The cost of living is still, is still miles above the minimum wage.
They don't care about that.
It's up here. Look, even if you're even if you have a so-called good job, let's say you are a department store assistant manager, you're a retail manager, you're still getting paid way below the cost of living level.
That's because wages have not gone up in the last 30 years. That's why. Okay?
Yeah. So
CEO pay has, Wall Street has, etc., etc.
So you dirty, rotten, scumbag pieces of shit.
Filthy chiselers.
Filthy chiselers, the king and queen of all chiselers, probably for the entire year of 2013. They should be nominated. Amy and Sammy, shame on you. Chiselers Hall of Shame for stealing your employees' tip money that they rely on to survive. So why should they roll out of bed? Why should they show up for work? What is the incentive your employees have for showing up for work?
Unfortunately, that's what I bitch about all the time.
There's no incentive.
We are forced by our private sector
Screw
provide
them.
the jobs mentality.
I have an itch in the middle of my forehead for the private sector in America.
Okay, that's how we do it. If they could, and maybe one day they will, they would like to pay, well, they would like to pay nothing, but $38 a month, like in Bangladesh,
Okay.
where the fire was killing 1,127 people.
Not yes, and then there's 1,000 people that died in the rubble of the caved-in building. Concerning that,
I think that's the total figure.
Yeah.
1,127.
all right. So let's say they have they start paying salaries slightly above slave wages. All right. What's going to happen to the cost of living in America? Is that going to come way down?
No, it never had. We were in a recession.
So
And the cost of living went up. And you know what they do with the CPI? They conveniently leave out oil and pharmaceuticals and etc. And food. These volatile price increases.
so
it's not fair no matter how you look at it.
So, what does that mean, inevitably, that the entire United States of America will consist of citizens that live in tents?
And they'll be glad to get a job for $1 an hour.
In the woods, taking a bath in the creek or something?
Yes. That's where we're headed.
That's where America is headed.
That's correct.
Or
Look.
maybe they know, maybe they sensed.
We got corporations who cheat by selling products